Caitlin Clark has officially won the ESPY for Best WNBA Player.
Caitlin Clark has just won the ESPY for Best WNBA Player.
Nobody saw it coming, but just 2 minutes ago, the entire basketball world changed forever. Caitlin Clark shattered every expectation and claimed the crown as the best WNBA player of 2025's right in front of a stunned crowd. As the cameras zoomed in, A'ja Wilson was caught wiping away tears, emotions running high, and fans left speechless. Social media exploded, legends weighed in, and teammates rushed to comfort A'ja as she watched her own legacy suddenly rewritten. What really happened? In those intense final moments, why is everyone calling Caitlin the queen now? Buckle up, cause this is the one drama nobody was prepared for. Rond. It's only just beginning. The arena buzzed with electricity long before tip-off. But nobody could predict how the night would end. Fans packed the stands, some waving homemade signs for Caitlin Clark, others proudly wearing A'ja Wilson jerseys. Cameras panned across the sea of faces, catching every nervous glance and whispered prediction. On the court, you could feel the rivalry two titans at the top of their game. Both knowing the world was watching, the commentators tried to keep it professional, but even their voices shook with anticipation. This could be the night everything changes, one said, leaning into his mic as the teams lined up for introductions. Clark delivers again. We might have to rethink who really owns this league. From the very first possession, Caitlin Clark made her presence known. Her footwork was crisp, her vision laser sharp. She knocked down a three on her very first touch, and the crowd roared. On the other end, A'ja powered to the rim, muscling through defenders, determined not to let the night slip away. Their teammates rallied behind them, every play a test of willpower. Every rebound a small war dot with every point Caitlin scored. The energy in the building shifted. Fans jumped to their feet, cell phones in the air, capturing history in real time. A'ja felt it, the shifting momentum, the eyes darting from her to Caitlin. The whispers that grew louder every time Clark hit another deep shot. But A'ja was nothing if not resilient. She called her team into a huddle, voice firm. We're not letting this slip. Play for each other, not just for the cameras. The game was a masterpiece of emotion. Caitlin ran the floor with a kind of swagger that felt almost unreal.
Caitlin Clark officially won the ESPY versus the other nominees.
Her step-backs were poetry, her assists jaw-dropping. Social media was already on fire before halftime. #ClarkEra trended globally. Clips of her crossovers and no-look passes spreading like wildfire. Even old-school legends tweeted, "Never seen anything like this. She's next level." A'ja fought with every ounce of her heart. She blocked shots, barked orders, rallied the defense. But with each possession, you could see the pressure mounting in her eyes. The camera caught her biting her lip, blinking away the nerves as the opposing team started to pull away. On the sideline, her coach tried to steady her. "You've been here before, A'ja. Breathe. You're still that player." As the third quarter wound down, Caitlin hit another impossible three, her sixth of the night. The crowd lost its mind. The commentator couldn't help himself. "Caitlin Clark, are you kidding me?" The sound echoed through living rooms across the country. Even rival players on the bench stood up, shaking their heads in disbelief. But with all eyes on Caitlin, nobody noticed A'ja quietly breaking down. As she came off the floor for a timeout, she tried to hide her face behind a towel. But the cameras caught it, a single tear rolled.
From record-breaking plays to inspiring a whole new generation, Caitlin has officially taken over the league. Here's how she did it.
You guys know now who won. Drum roll? Okay.
Rolling down her cheek, the pain of a legacy slipping through her fingers. Fans gasped. The image went instantly viral. A'ja in tears. The headlines blared, "Clark's brilliance too much to bear." Teammates tried to comfort her, but the weight was heavy. "It's just one game," one whispered. But A'ja shook her head, voice trembling. It's not just a game, it's everything. In the stands, her family watched anxiously, her mom squeezing her hands, praying she'd find the strength to fight back. As the fourth quarter began, Caitlin's confidence soared. She barked out instructions, calling plays, pushing her team to keep their foot on the gas. Aja rallied, too, fighting for every rebound, forcing turnovers, refusing to give up. But every run was met by another impossible Clark highlight. Another 3, another perfect dime, another roar from the crowd. Then, with 2 minutes left, the unthinkable happened. Caitlin drove to the basket, spun through traffic, and scored, drawing a foul for the and one. The crowd exploded, and the ref handed her the ball at the free throw line. As she set her feet, the scoreboard flashed, Clark career high. The noise was deafening. Aja stood at the other end, shoulders slumped, tears streaking her cheeks.
QB1, like her ability to throw inch-perfect transition chest passes is like, I was going to say it's like nothing we've ever seen before, but like we've seen players do.
A look of disbelief in her eyes. The commentators fell silent. Social media exploded all over again. Is this the end of the Wilson era? Did we just witness the passing of the torch? On the bench, Aja's teammates tried to rally her for one last push, but the pain was written all over her face. "You're still our leader," one whispered, but Aja just stared at the floor, lost in thought. Across the court, Caitlin Clark looked up at the Jumbotron, soaking in the moment, her own eyes shining not with tears, but with the awe of someone who knew she'd just made history. As the final seconds ticked away, the crowd rose as one, a thunderous ovation shaking the rafters. Caitlin's teammates mobbed her, hoisting her onto their shoulders. Aja watched, half proud, half heartbroken, knowing she'd given everything but come up short. As the teams shook hands, cameras caught the briefest of moments, Aja reaching out, pulling Caitlin in for a hug, whispering something only they could hear. The world wanted to know, was it a message of respect or the end of a rivalry? The buzzer sounded, and with it, a new chapter in WNBA history had begun. But the drama was far from over. Behind the scenes, old grudges would flare, emotions would boil, and fans would be left wondering, was this really Caitlin Clark's league now? Or would Aja Wilson rise from the heartbreak and reclaim her throne? The final buzzer had barely faded when the real chaos began. Cameras swarmed the court, reporters shouting Caitlin's name, teammates grabbing her in a rush of celebration. Across the arena, Aja slipped quietly toward the tunnel, towel pressed to her face, trying to hide the tears as thousands watched in shock. The world was watching, every phone in the building aimed to capture the moment the torch seemed to pass from one legend to another. Social media was instant pandemonium. Caitlin Clark just snatched the crown, one tweet screamed, racking up millions of views. Hashtag Clarkera trended in the US, then worldwide, as fans and even celebrities jumped in. NBA stars posted reactions, some awed, some stunned, some playfully shading Aja. One viral video showed an older fan in the crowd wiping away tears, whispering, "I never thought I'd see someone eclipse Aja so soon." Sports talk shows interrupted programming for live coverage, replaying every clutch shot, every slow-motion replay of Caitlin's big moments. Every network anchor asked the same thing: is Caitlin Clark officially the best player in the WNBA? In the locker room, Caitlin was surrounded by reporters, microphones thrust in her face. Her voice was steady, but her hands trembled with adrenaline. "It was a team win," she insisted, brushing off questions about breaking records or overtaking. "Aja, I have so much respect for her. Tonight was special, but I know there's a lot more basketball left." But deep down, she knew this night would follow her forever elsewhere in the arena. Aja sat in stunned silence, her phone buzzing nonstop. Texts from friends, family, and even rivals flooded in, some offering comfort, others asking if she was okay. Her coach knelt beside her, voice gentle. "You gave everything, Aja. You inspired a generation. Don't let one night define you." But it was hard to hear. Tears still welled up, the pain of watching her moments slip away raw. And unhailed, meanwhile, the drama spilled into the Wamba group chats. Rival players debated if the torch really had been passed. One star messaged, "Y'all better not count Aja out. She'll be back." Another shot back. But Clark got the juice. Now this league ain't ever gonna be the same. Even, the league's commissioner called for a special interview. Hoping to cool tempers and shift focus to the historic Night Sports radio hosts fanned the flames. How does Aja bounce back? Can she? Callers argued. Some loyal to Wilson, others insisting Clark was the new face of the league. At a downtown bar, fans debated so loudly the manager threatened to turn off the TV. Emotions ran high. City felt split in two. Back at the hotel, Caitlin lay awake, scrolling through endless notifications, praise, memes, trolls, and heartfelt congratulations from her hometown. Her mom texted, "So proud of you, sweetheart. Stay humble." Her old coach called, choking up, "You did what..."
Here she won the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. She broke record after record after record.
She brings eyes to the game so that the next generation can come out and thrive.
You did what we all dreamed of. Don't let the pressure change you. But in the quiet, Caitlin felt the weight of a new kind of expectation settling on her shoulders. For Aja, the night dragged on. She called her mother, voice breaking. "Did I let everyone down?" Her mom was fierce. "You are still a champion. You taught us to fight, to believe. One game doesn't change that. But if you want your crown back, you know what to do." Aja nodded, resolve flickering through the pain. She knew she'd have to face the cameras, the critics, and most of all, Dash herself. The next morning, every headline was about the rivalry. Caitlin Clark, new queen of the WNBA. Wilson in tears as legacy challenged. Highlight reels played on repeat, and a still of Aja's tear-stained face became the meme of the day. Fans posted side-by-side stats arguing over who was really the best. Analysts picked apart every move, dissecting each missed shot and clutch bucket. Nobody could escape the noise. Caitlin was invited to every talk show, but she turned most down. She agreed to her first primetime solo interview. The host went right for the drama. "Did you see Aja crying?" he asked. Caitlin hesitated. "I saw someone who cares deeply about the game. That's why she's a legend. I'm not here to disrespect her." The internet blew up. Some praised her class, others accused her of being too soft. In the comments, one line stood out. "This rivalry just got personal." As the next game approached, tickets sold out in minutes. Both teams braced for a media circus. Teammates tried to shield Aja and Caitlin from the press, but every move was watched, every word recorded. Behind the scenes, coaches strategized. "If we want to win, we have to get inside their heads," one whispered. "This is more than basketball now." Aja spent hours in the gym, pushing herself harder than ever. "They want to write me off," she muttered. Sweat pouring, not happening. Teammates rallied around her, but you could feel the urgency. Nobody wanted to let her down. Caitlin trained with equal intensity, but the pressure was different now. "Everybody's watching," her trainer said. "Can you handle it?" Caitlin forced a smile. "I guess we'll find out." The night before the next game, the league dropped a bombshell, an exclusive nationally televised rematch. The hype was unreal. Fans lined up outside the arena hours early, desperate for a glimpse of history. TV crews set up in the parking lot. Everyone was waiting for the moment Aja would try to reclaim her throne, or Caitlin would prove she belonged at the top. As game time approached, emotions ran higher than ever. Aja sat in the locker room, eyes closed, breathing deep, remembering every headline, every doubter. Caitlin laced up her shoes, feeling the eyes of a nation on her. Both women knew everything could change again in a single night. And just as the teams stepped onto the floor, a breaking news alert flashed across every screen. Aja Wilson, injury update, game time decision. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Would she play, or was this rivalry about to take another shocking turn? The arena was a powder keg, fans buzzing, TV cameras crowding every entrance. Outside, lines snaked around the block, some waving Caitlin Clark signs, others clutching handmade posters begging for Aja to play. Every sports anchor had the same lead. Will Aja Wilson suit up tonight? Or is this the end of the rivalry before it really began? In the locker room, Aja sat wrapped in ice, headphones clamped over her ears, tuning out the chaos. Her trainer hovered nearby, doctor's report in hand. The decision's yours, Aja. You'll be sore, but you can go if you're willing to risk it. Aja didn't flinch. I'm not sitting out. Not tonight. Not with the whole world watching. Her teammates rallied, bumping fists, but the worry in their eyes was clear. Down the hall, Caitlin laced up in silence. Her coach pulled her aside. This isn't just another game, Caitlin. Don't get caught up in the noise. Play your game. Caitlin nodded, but her nerves sizzled. She scrolled through messages, some supportive, some vicious. One stood out. Tonight you prove if you're really the best. She turned off her phone, blocking out the world. The game tipped off and instantly felt different. Every dribble, every shot, every glance between Caitlin and Aja was magnified. Early on, Aja struggled. Her movements were tight, her shots fell flat. The broadcast zoomed in on her grimace after each possession. The crowd held its breath every time she landed awkwardly. Meanwhile, Caitlin attacked, draining deep threes and racking up assists. The narrative was writing itself. Was Aja done? Had the league truly shifted? But then something snapped. After a timeout, Aja slammed her fist on the bench and locked eyes with Caitlin across the court. The crowd felt the moment. On her next touch, Aja powered through double teams, scoring back-to-back buckets and screaming in triumph. Her teammates rallied. Suddenly, the gap closed. Caitlin's shots stopped falling, the defense tightened. And the atmosphere flipped. Now it was Clark fighting to hold on. Off the court, Twitter melted down. Aja is not dead yet. Clark crumbling under pressure. Every highlight, every miss, every emotion became a meme. Legends weighed in. Analysts.
Caitlin won. Andrea Carter is ready to jump out of her skin right now. She hates the fact that Caitlin just won this award.
Up there with the best plays of Caitlin Clark's career. The best play of Caitlin Clark's career.
Analysts changed their picks mid-game. And fans worldwide held their breath. Midway through the fourth, drama hit a fever pitch. Caitlin drove the lane, collided with Aja, and both crashed to the hardwood. For a split second, time stopped. Aja clutched her knee. Caitlin grabbed her wrist. Medical staff rushed in. Silence swept the building to stars on the floor. Futures uncertain. After a tense few minutes, both stars stood up, wincing but refusing to leave the game. The crowd roared. The rivalry, once uncertain, was now battle-tested and legendary. The last minute was a whirlwind. Aja, limping, banked in a tough jumper to tie the game. Caitlin brought the ball up, waving off her teammates, eyes blazing. She dribbled out the clock, drove right at Aja, rose for the winner, blocked at the rim. The crowd erupted. Overtime on. The sideline coaches argued. Trainers pleaded for Aja to sit, but she refused. I'm not done, she spat. Caitlin, sweat-soaked, caught her breath, locking eyes with her rival. A silent promise passing between them neither was backing. Down. Overtime was a slugfest. Every point felt like the last. Clark nailed a deep three. Che answered in the paint. With seconds left, the game was tied again. Coaches called frantic timeouts. Fans screamed, and cameras caught every tear, every scream, every moment of doubt. With 2 seconds left, Aja got the inbound. She faked, spun, released a desperate shot buzzer. The ball hung in the air as if the universe paused to watch. It dropped through the net as the horn blared. Pandemonium. Aja collapsed. Teammates piling on as the crowd went wild. Caitlin stood frozen, half smiling, half crushed, tears glinting in her own eyes. It wasn't humiliation. It was all heartbreak and a strange new respect. The rivalry had reached new heights, and both players knew it. Afterward, both were ushered to the podium side by side. Media flashes lit up the room. Aja's voice was hoarse but proud. "You counted me out. Don't ever count me out." Caitlin nodded, wiping a tear. That's what greatness looks like. Tonight, Aja was the best. The city exploded with emotion. Families debated in living rooms, friends argued over text, and every news anchor proclaimed the greatest game in WNBA history. Yet, as the celebrations faded, a final twist emerged. League sources leaked that the two stars might team up at next year's Olympics, leaving fans everywhere stunned. Are we about to see the greatest duo ever? Or will their rivalry tear Team USA apart? Headlines screamed as the confetti settled and fans spilled into the streets. The echoes of the night's epic battle still rang across the basketball world. Social media was on fire. Some fans called it redemption, others crowned a new queen, and everyone agreed nothing would ever be the same again. K'Ja Wilson had proved her heart could not be counted out, while Caitlin Clark showed the world that greatness welcomes a challenge, not just a crown. Both women sat side by side at the post-game podium, eyes red but chins held high, forever changed by what they'd just survived. But as one rivalry ended, at least for now, a new saga was about to begin, with the Olympics on the horizon. Rumors flew. Could Aja and Caitlin set aside their fire and become an unstoppable force for Team USA? Or would old wounds tear the team apart from within? Coaches, fans, and legends all weighed in, debating. If the league's two brightest stars could really put country above competition, now it's your turn. Whose side are you on? Did Aja's last-second heroics restore her legacy? Or is Caitlin still the future of the WNBA? Do you think their rivalry will spark a dynasty for Team USA? Or is a clash coming that no one's ready for? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below, hit like if you felt the drama, and don't forget to subscribe because this story is far from over. Next season, next game, next chapter, one thing is for sure. When greatness collides, history gets made right in front of us. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss a second.